I've never felt more lucky than the day my boyfriend humiliated me in front of his entire office. My boyfriend Alan and I had been dating for 9 months and living together for 4 when he invited me to be his +1 at his company's holiday party. I was super excited. It was the first time I'd ever meet people who were important to him, and it made the relationship feel even more official. I wanted to make sure I was someone he could be proud of, so I went out to the salon, bought a new dress, and really fixed myself for the party. When Alan saw me, he grinned from ear to ear and pressed a kiss to my forehead. Beautiful. I blushed. We walked into the venue arm in arm, and he led me straight to his boss near the bar. "Boss, how are you? This is Kiara, my, roommate," he said with a smile. I laughed, thinking he had said it mistakenly. Or maybe it was a new way of flirting. I shook his boss's hand and stayed quiet while they caught up, but then he introduced me to 3 more colleagues the exact same way. Roommate. Each time I glanced over at him, wondering when he'd correct himself, and each time he just kept talking like nothing he had said was wrong. By the time he pulled me over to meet his department head, I was fuming, doing my best to keep it together when he said it. Again, this time I interrupted. "We're dating, actually. We've been together for 9 months." Alan laughed it off like it was a joke. "Right, yeah, we've been living together for so long it feels like we're a couple," he clarified. I pulled him aside after that. "Alan, why do you keep telling people I'm your roommate?" He looked genuinely confused by my anger. "What's the big deal? They're just work people. It doesn't matter what they think." I crossed my arms. "Well, it matters to me. We live together, share a bed together, share a life together." He rolled his eyes. "Roommates do the same thing. You're just being insecure. If you were confident in our relationship, this wouldn't bother you so much." That's when I realized just how much of a waste of time this all had been. You know what? No, you don't get to pin this on me. You have commitment issues, and I've known all along. I saw it when you freaked out about keeping a toothbrush at my old place. I saw it when you refused to introduce me to your friends and family. I saw it when you made me buy all the furniture for our apartment. I really thought that moving in together meant something had changed, but you're still treating this like it's casual." He shrugged. "Maybe because it is casual. Did we ever actually define what this is?" He stood there looking at me like I was the crazy one, and I realized there was no winning this. "You're right," I said. "We're just roommates." I left the party early and went straight home to pack. He came back an hour while I was loading boxes into my car. "What are you doing?" I kept packing. "Moving out. Roommates can do that." He laughed. "Come on, Kiara, you're being dramatic. You'll be back in a week when you realize how much you love me and need me." But he was wrong. I wasn't back in a week, not even the week after that. I stayed with my sister until I found a place of my own, while Alan started to struggle maintaining the apartment. He sent me texts saying he forgives me for overreacting and would appreciate me moving back to figure things out, but I didn't buy any of it. I blocked him and continued moving on. I ended up meeting my new boyfriend about 4 months later, who was the opposite of Alan. From the first date, he was very clear he wanted a relationship that would lead to marriage. And on our second date, he already introduced me to his parents, labels, and all. Meanwhile, my former roommate's life was apparently falling apart. He had gotten evicted and in trouble at work for showing up disheveled and unclean, all because I'd been the one paying all the bills and cleaning, ironing, organizing, making sure he had a functioning adult life like any good partner would. Then, just 8 months since that disastrous workplace party, my boyfriend and I were having lunch when Alan walked in. He looked terrible with a visible stain on his shirt, and he clearly hadn't shaved in weeks. I was glowing. New haircut, new dress, new handsome man. He marched straight to our table and introduced himself smugly. "You must be the new guy. I'm Alan, her ex-boyfriend." I started laughing. I couldn't help it. The audacity of him claiming that title now after he couldn't even call me his girlfriend when we were together. "No," I said, still smiling. "It's ex-roommate, remember?"